And good morning. Hey, what's up, Kathy?
Morning.
How are you?
Tired.
Yeah. Come on, you're be.
Don't feel well. I'm good.
No, no.
I'm good. I'm good.
See, that's the thing. I'm not tired. I'm vibrant.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely not vibrant today.
I'm
But I'm here and I'm up.
not sick. I won't be sick. I don't have time to be sick. You've got to put that out in the universe like that.
Yeah, my body's telling me otherwise.
You got to put it out there. Just say, I'm not going to be any of this stuff. It works. I'm telling you.
I did that yesterday and
Yeah,
I
did it
had
work?
no. I stayed up, did all my stuff that I had to do, work and all that stuff, and then I laid down and that was it. I was done for the night, and I probably should have been resting during the day when I wasn't.
When's the last time you knew me to really be sick?
The last time what?
Have you ever really known me to be sick?
You?
Yeah.
No.
Because I tell myself I'm not going to be sick.
Yeah, I
Works.
don't. Yeah, no. My body's telling me it's sick.
Huh?
My body is telling me it's sick.
No, it's not. You're not. See, tell yourself, I feel great.
I feel
I'm gonna feel great.
I don't have the.
Put it out there to the universe, Kathy.
I don't even have the energy to say that.
If you said it, you'd have the energy. My God. You can do it.
I'm just like scrolling Facebook and I just came across, I think it's a soap. I'm not even sure what this is, but it says it's a booby bar, milk to the max on Thrive Market.
What?
Yeah. And oatmeal chocolate chip. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like soap or if it's like an actual. I don't know what this is. I'm trying to get back to it. It's on Thrive Market, whatever that is. But it was like an ad and booby bar milk to the max. Oatmeal chocolate chip. Oh, it says superfood breastfeeding bar. It's an herbal supplement.
Well,
Okay.
for those of you that need to feed your breasts.
Yeah, I just scrolling and then there's something called Fruz balls. Vegan energy balls. Thrive Market. I don't know.
Interesting.
I just happened to be scrolling.
How did we get from feel better? You know, you can do, but hey, look, chocolate salty balls.
Well,
Look, this is
because
awesome.
well, first I was on Facebook to look at how I look like Christmas with the green background and the red shirt. And then I started scrolling and Booby Bar popped up on Thrive Market.
That's great.
I don't
Kathy.
know. That's it. That's all I got. I'm done. My work here is done.
Well, thank you very much. Good night. So I was scrolling through a list of like, it's funny because you're talking about foods.
Always. We always talk about food.
Yeah. There are, I got a list of 10 foods that have an amazing amount of sodium that you probably wouldn't realize.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure a lot of preservative stuff, frozen stuff, canned stuff. Good. What you got? What's on the list?
Cottage cheese.
That I would not expect.
Yep. Packed with protein and calcium, but this contains about 400 milligrams of sodium in a half cup serving.
Wow.
And they said instead opt out for some plain Greek yogurt.
I love plain Greek yogurt.
It's got to have something, or else it's just kind of like.
So what I do with my plain Greek yogurt is I mix in raspberries and blackberries with a scoop of vanilla protein powder.
Yep.
And a little bit of granola just to give it some texture. And I mush it all up and it's yummy.
Says the Greek yogurt has about 70 milligrams of sodium.
I use it in place of sour cream sometimes too.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Like on a potato?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that's interesting. I don't think I never would have thought that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever do. I'm never
on tacos.
I'm never going to do that.
I do plain Greek yogurt.
Here's one that you probably would know, but probably people don't realize: sports drinks.
Oh yeah, well because they have the electrolytes in them. That sodium's an electrolyte.
Yeah. Cookies.
Yeah.
Surprise. Instant oatmeal.
Oh, that I wouldn't
Yep.
like the flavored kind, like the packets.
Yeah.
Hmm,
200 milligrams of sodium per serving.
Hmm.
Canned
And-
vegetables.
Yep, that's for sure.
Yep.
That's just all sodium.
Salad dressing.
Yeah.
I guess maybe these aren't that hard to figure out. Cereal.
Yeah, you would think more sugar, but yeah, I guess sodium.
280 milligrams.
Yep.
Veggie burgers.
Well, you got to make them taste good somehow.
Wow. Did you write this article?
No, why?
All right, because it says many vegetarian products swap meat with higher doses of sodium for flavor.
There you go.
Cheese.
Yeah.
And the last one that they have here is pasta sauce, canned pasta sauce.
Oh, yeah. I could see that.
500 milligrams per half cup. So that's
Oof.
actually the largest
That's
one.
a lot.
You know what's huge with sodium? Ramen.
Oh God, yeah.
Ramen noodles.
It's like salt water with a little bit of noodle in it. Again, so it
is
tastes
it the
so
flavor
good.
packet? Is that what it is, or is it
Probably.
the noodle itself?
I don't know about the noodle itself. I'm sure there's some salt in that too, but
That's
definitely
like
the flavor
styrofoam.
pack. Yeah, but definitely the flavor packet.
So those are some sodium things here.
I feel bloated just listening to all of that. Ugh, makes me want to drink more water.
What? Never allow them. Don't want to be a granddaddy yet.
I think to your question, maybe
What?
about boyfriends, when to allow your boyfriends, girlfriends.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing that's probably in response to that.
Yes. That would be your husband, Richard.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yep.
But yeah, we haven't gotten there yet, but let's segue right into it. So
Hmm.
the question that I have today, when is it considered okay? Or when, if at all, do you allow your son or daughter's boyfriend or girlfriend to start sleeping over your house?
So,
And I should say in the same room.
yeah.
Not like on the couch or like that or
Yeah.
anything.
So we haven't done that at our house. We have an almost 18-year-old to be 18 in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then a 17, almost 17-year-old and a 16-year-old. So
Yep.
although I have to say I did encounter a situation similar to this over the weekend. My oldest, who'll be 18 in a couple of weeks, was over his girlfriend's house. Oh, can I just stay here?
Yeah.
And it was like midnight, 12:30, and he's almost 18. And I'm like, and I was half asleep, so I was trying to wait up for him. And I'm like, I was like, I don't want any grandkids. And he's like, I don't want any kids either. I'm like, I just don't be dumb. And then, of course, he tried pulling it again the next night. Like, oh, can I just stay here again? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
No.
Ma, this is getting good to me.
Yeah, nope. You can come
You
home
don't
now.
know, Ma.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you can come home
You
now.
don't know
So
what I know.
he did sleep over his friend who's a girl's house. Now, a girlfriend, they're just,
Huh.
yeah.
Is that what they call it these days?
I don't know.
Huh.
I can't keep up.
friend.
Yeah, I can't keep up. But he ended up staying there Friday night into Saturday. And then he was like, well, I'm going to come back here in the morning anyway. We're going to the beach and blah, blah, blah. And they went to the beach in the morning and spent the day at Musquamaket. And, I mean, he's out living his, typical
Living his
18-year-old
best life.
life. Yeah. Doing the social thing like, teenagers do.
Yeah.
So, but it's hard to, it's a weird transition to kind of let, loosen the strings a little bit, but also keep them reined in at the same time. It's an interesting transition.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that go into play in this. And I'm just speaking, as a as a parent, myself, and
Mhm.
is lifestyles one, what your lifestyle was when you were younger. Do you want that
Mhm.
same repetitive behavior for your kids?
Mhm.
Religion, I mean,
Mhm.
will play in a lot of people's
Yep.
decisions of whether or not that
Mhm.
should or should not happen. There are a lot of variables
Yep.
for this. So
Yeah, it's I mean, these kids don't come with manuals, unfortunately. So
Nope.
it's and like you said, there are a lot of variables, and everyone has their own opinion on what's best, and what should be
Yes.
done, and what shouldn't be done, and whatever. But it's, I mean, I'm just kind of, figuring it out as I go.
Rich says, well, yeah, that's what we're talking about, not cookies. meaning the subject
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
today.
yeah.
Kim in Florida says, I let my daughter have her boyfriend sleep over when she was 19.
Yeah.
How old is your daughter now? I'm curious.
Well, and right now, I mean, my son, both the boys share a room, so that would be kind of awkward. That'd be a little weird. So I don't see that happening. But at their dad's house,
What are you doing, stepbro?
but at their dad's house, I believe, I think his girlfriend or friend, whatever you want to call her, has stayed over at
Mhm.
when he was at his dad's house. I think that's happened.
All right. Kim says that her daughter is 28. So like, the question is now how old is your granddaughter? Wah, 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 wah. Let's see. Daryl from
The Healthy Computer.
School Street, Jewett City. He says when they're able to take care of themselves, but just fell on a bad situation and need a place to stay.
Yeah.
So you're saying, Daryl, that after they've moved out, that it's okay if they come back in that capacity, but not when they're like 20 years old, just living in your house, eating your food, paying no rent, and sucking up, everything else that you have to give. No bitterness there.
Mm-hmm. So I have to say, when I was that age, so I left home at around 14, 15. And when I was around 17-ish, maybe 17, 18, I had no place to stay. And my ex-husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, his parents let me stay there like a couple of days. I was like, this cannot be permanent, but they did let me stay there because I was in a tough spot. But I ended up moving in with his aunt and uncle, and I lived with his aunt and uncle for a little over a year.
Got it.
Until I was able to save up enough money and we got our first apartment and all that stuff. But I mean, his parents, they helped me out for sure, but it wasn't a long-term solution. They weren't going to just let me stay there.
Is any of that really a long-term solution?
Well, I mean, if they had let me stay there, it would have been. God only knows how long I would have been there, but I mean, it worked. It motivated me to save money and get my first apartment when I was 18.
Yeah. So you've been on your own for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Yep.
So was it, and I don't know if this is a fair question to ask you just because of, how you transitioned, but like, do you think a lot of kids leave the nest because they want to have their significant other stay over and they feel that they should have that freedom no matter what the age?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think everybody leaves for a different reason. I think nowadays kids aren't leaving as early because just economics, they can't, they can't afford it.
Right.
But money aside, I think that if they wanted to leave, it would, they want their independence. They want to do the adult thing and, until that novelty wears off and then they're, kicking themselves going, what the hell was I thinking? But, I don't know. I think kids leave for a lot of different reasons. Maybe they're moving out just to get away from their family that, they don't really mesh well with or something like that. Who knows? I'm sure there's a ton of different reasons.
Deb Franklin. Good morning, Deb. She said, my son is 19. He's been with his girlfriend for a couple of years now. She did not sleep over for the first time in a while. For a while, my son knew better, but I did eventually allow it because I'd rather them be under my roof than sneaking around to see each other.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, my son is responsible and I trust him. And now his girlfriend is part of our family.
Yeah.
And our families have blended.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's a big piece of it, what type of kid is your kid and the significant other of that child, are they responsible? Are they immature? Are they, are they impulsive? And that's what makes me nervous with my son because he is impulsive and he's the type of kid that has to learn things the hard way. So it does make me a little nervous. Yeah. So it does make me nervous. But yeah, I mean, if you have a mature kid that, is responsible and, is very clear on right from wrong and will make good decisions, then, it's probably a little easier to let them do that.
So you said that right there, good decisions. So now you don't you're hoping
I'm
that they're
hoping.
going to make good decisions, because if not,
Yeah,
then that's going to be a completely different life-changing event.
not for me.
Well, I mean, you say that
Oh, trust me. Nope. Mm-mm.
So you're like a cat, right? 6 weeks, you're gone.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm
You
not.
hear that, Rich?
That's not it wasn't my decision for that to happen. So I mean, I'll help here and there, but I will not take the brunt of that decision.
So going back to Kim in Florida, she had said that my daughter, we allowed when she was 19 to have her boyfriend sleep over. She's 28 now, and they're still together.
Wow.
And they have a child together, so it all worked out. But what would happen if 6 months later, you found out that she was pregnant?
Yep.
And all of a sudden, boy is going to take a split because
and that happens. I mean,
does.
that's I don't know about common, but
my question is do you blame the young adult, or is the parent to blame for allowing that to happen under their house, under their roof?
I wouldn't say it's the parents' fault, because I think the kids are going to do it no matter what. I mean, they'll find
they're going to find a tree,
right? They'll find a parking lot. They'll find it, whatever, someone else's house, a friend's house, bathroom at the casino. They don't care. I mean, I just saw somebody posted in the Norwich forum recently that they caught people behind the dumpster at Popeyes going at it.
Sure.
Like, I mean, people don't care.
I tried to hide.
Right? And that was in broad daylight. Like, people, they're gonna, if they want to have a go at it, they're gonna find a way to do it. So, but no, I mean, when they're 18, 19, 20 years old, those are decisions that they are making, and they should definitely know better at that point and know what the consequences are of their actions.
Got it.
I think.
But what if they don't?
They do. They just don't care at the time because, they're not thinking clearly. But that's, again, consequence of your actions. You make decisions, you make choices, and you have to deal with the outcomes of those.
But do you think that a 18, 19-year-old understands that? And who's worse, boys or girls?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I don't know if one's worse than the other. I think they're just different. But yeah, I mean, at 18, 19 years old, you know what it takes to make a baby. You know what it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, so
yeah,
don't do it. Take precautions. Don't make babies.
Don't make babies. Don't do it. That is the best, worst advice I've ever heard in my life.
Don't make babies.
God. Don't make babies. They're probably not going to do it under your roof.
Oh, no, I think they will. They don't care.
Yeah, you don't think so?
Nah, I don't think they care.
Yeah, I didn't care.
I mean, nobody cared.
I literally planned when I would invite a female friend over, when knowing when my mother or father were going to be there or not.
Of course.
So,
yep. That's what I'm saying. Kids, they will find a way. They don't care. At that age, hormones are raging.
So there was even one time where, and I was 19, and there was this girl that we were started to date and everything, and she was from town, and she actually worked at the old Cumberland Farms here.
Oh yeah, yep.
And I went in one day to just to get a snack, and we started talking, and next thing you know, we talked for like hours and hours and hours. She needed a ride home. I gave her a ride home, and then we swapped numbers and blah blah blah. We started talking, and next thing you know, she's coming over when mom's not there. So with that being said,
what happens. That's what happens.
Yeah. So then what would happen is that one time, and this was the last time we got together. we were both 19, and my mother worked second shift. Well, we were upstairs, and like you do.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, the front door shut.
And you're like, oh shit. And you're scrambling.
And I looked and I said, my mother's home.
Uh-oh.
She's like, what do you want me to do? I said, you gotta leave.
Bye-bye. It's been fun.
And she did. She got up. And I guess I did see her the next day, and she said, I just walked by your mother and went, hi, and hit her face and split.
Oh my God.
She said the worst part of it is that she didn't even get a ride home.
Oh my God. What did your mom say? Did she say anything to you?
Never said a word.
Really?
Never said a word. What were you gonna say at that point? I mean, what would you say? What would you say to Nick if you went home and all of a sudden you saw this girl sprinting out of his room
So
and out the door?
I think the difference though is that with Nick, he would almost be proud of himself. Like
Well,
he
we're
would
guys. Of
I know
course we are.
he wouldn't even tell her to leave. He'd probably be like, just stay, it's fine. It's fine. That's how he would be. And he'd be like, no, it's all right. It's all
Well,
right.
she's petrified.
Yeah. No.
Is she gonna kill me?
Yeah, no, Nick is a different breed. Let me tell you, he's
I
just,
agree. I agree with you.
Just realized I'm supposed to be on a meeting for work.
Kim says they could be doing it anywhere. I told my daughter if she was going to be having sex, I'd rather have her do it under my roof, not in a car or some strange place.
Mm-hmm.
Although the car is fun.
It seems like it'd be a little cramped.
Although the car is fun.
Unless you got one of those stranger danger vans.
I had it
with the mattress in the back.
I don't even want to tell you what my mother called it. It was a truck. Well, it was a Dodge van, but my mother called it a truck. Right. And she had another word that went along with that rhymed with truck.
Yeah. I've heard the shaggin' wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the
F
truck.
The F truck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, good morning. As parents, you need to talk to your kids about sex and the consequences of making poor decisions. Being able to trust your kids and having those difficult conversations is important.
Yep.
We were all that age one time.
Yep. And that's what I try to remember. Like, and it's it's hard to remember that you were that age at one time. You know, I mean, it's been a little while, but you know, you have to try to think back to you know what was going on in your head at that time and how you felt and how, you know, adult you thought you were at the time, and you know, all of that, you know, and you got to try to put yourself back in that mindset. And then, you know, while simultaneously putting on your parent hat and trying to, you know, do what's best for your household, your kids.
You still want to be the cool parent to a degree? To
a degree. I mean, I want to be a parent first, but I don't want to be, you know, so strict and so much of a jackass that they don't want to come around. You know, I mean, the kids are getting older now where they could easily be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not, you know, especially, you know, they have their dad's house. Oh, I'm just going to hang at dad's because dad's the cool one, you know? So I need to kind of have a, you know, happy medium where I'm a parent, but I still want to be cool with my kids. Or I mean, they will tell me stuff that I'm like, I'm happy you're open with things, but TMI.
Some things you don't want to know.
TMI. Yeah. I don't need to know every little detail. You know, but I like that they feel comfortable enough talking to me, and I want to keep that going. So
my mother had this thing. We had this big country long table, whatever, and she used to call it the truth table. And when we would sit around it, and if we were going to be frank with each other and everything, my mother would say, remember, this is the truth table. And then my friends would be there too, and they would unload, you know. God. And I think it was one of the best things in the neighborhood we had. Yeah. The truth table.
That's pretty cool. It's a neat concept.
All right. Laura says, do parents base their decisions about sleepovers based on if they have a son or a daughter? Also, what about those who are in a gay relationship?
I don't think I mean, to me, it's no different. I don't think I would apply anything differently to it.
Do you think some parents might, because there's no possibility of someone getting pregnant? So it's...
Yeah, I mean, I look at it not just the pregnancy thing. I mean, obviously that's a big part of it, but catching other things as well. I mean, you can still catch other things, and there's still all of that to consider as well. I mean, obviously the pregnancy thing is kind of nice not having to worry about that,
Right,
but
right.
but I think there's still other aspects to it that are the same.
Oh, I get it. I
yeah.
understand that part, but it's
I
like,
wouldn't treat it any differently personally.
okay. I think some parents might.
They might, yeah, and
You
I
know?
could see why. I mean, I get it. I could
It's
see
like,
why.
well, what could happen? Well, you just mentioned what could happen. Maybe
Yeah.
they're not. Maybe they're thinking the ultimate problem would be
Mhm.
pregnancy.
Yeah. Yep.
In a situation like that.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So, what if? So let's say you trust your child.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe I shouldn't be asking you this.
I trust. I trust my
I know, I know.
kids. Yep.
So let's say that you trust. I'm not even let's just child A.
Okay.
All right. And they are in a homosexual relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know it though.
Okay.
You have no idea.
That's scary, but okay.
Okay. Then their friend comes over.
Their friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know.
Yep.
Hey, Ma,
Mhm.
Molly's sleeping over tonight.
Mhm. Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you start hearing things.
Ugh.
That you shouldn't. Wait a minute. No. I know you want to go ahead and cringe, but do you lose trust for that child, or do you say, they're just experimenting? Or what kind of a conversation do you have?
I don't know if I would lose trust. Honestly, I in that situation,
They knew what they were doing.
of course. In that situation, I think what I would do is I would be kind of obnoxious about it. I think I would probably like stomp on the floor or something, like, hey, keep it down there, kind of like that sort of thing, or text them and be like, I'm trying to sleep. Can you guys be a little quieter? To let them know that I know what's going on, without being a jerk about it. I would probably try to go that route. And then the next day have a little chat with my kid and be like, so what the hell was that all about?
All right, I get
that
it.
sort of thing.
All right, that I understand. So you wouldn't embarrass your child in the moment.
No.
Okay, you know how many people would?
Yeah,
My mother.
I'm sure a lot of people would. Yeah, no, I would just make it up. I would be obnoxious to let them know that I know.
Yeah.
And then just deal with it later. I think that's
Okay.
what I would do. I think.
What about you folks out there? How would you deal with a situation like that? That your child, regardless of gender. Then nowadays, gender doesn't count.
Gender does count.
Gender doesn't. There's no such thing as gender.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Definitely is. I can't log on to my meeting.
Oh.
I'm working, don't you know? Here we go. I think I'm good. Yeah, no, gender's definitely a thing.
Kim, I think this is a totally different subject.
What's that?
Well, here's her comment, and because my daughter had a friend that got raped and ended up being pregnant, and then she gave the baby up for adoption because she didn't want to be reminded of what happened to her. I think that's that's
what was that due
completely
to somebody
different than what we're talking about.
But was
here.
that due to somebody sleeping over? Was
I
it
don't know.
Like I wonder if it is related in that way. Like maybe it was somebody that they had trusted and knew, and could have been like a date rape type of thing. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think in
yes.
that. Okay, so I think in that case, unfortunately, and that's horrific. I'm sorry that happened,
Yeah.
but in that case, I hate to say it, but I think that probably would have happened regardless whether it was under your roof or not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, a person like that is that type of person. Unfortunately, but that's awful. Ugh.
Laura says that she agrees with you. I would confront my child after the friend left.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do, or how I would
I definitely
Works
wouldn't go like busting into the room or, anything like that. Cause I don't want to be seeing anything that I would be regretting. Like I don't, I wouldn't, I don't think I would do that in the moment. I think I would just kind of try to play it off like being the cool mom initially. And then afterwards be like, what are you doing? Like, why didn't you just say something ahead of time? Or why didn't you, like, well, what's going on? But, luckily, like I said, my kids share things that probably more so than they should, and they share with their dad too. So between the two of us, we get a pretty full picture of what they're
I
up
shared
to.
with my mother more so than my father.
Yeah, they'll share stuff with me, and then they'll share different things with him, and then we'll chat, and it's like, oh, okay, all right.
Even to this day, my dad and I we converse about very surface level, kind of thing. So,
yep.
And it's not because we don't care about each other. It's just
that's your relationship.
That's how it's always been.
Mm-hmm.
My mother and I, she would talk about everything. She didn't care.
Yeah,
she did not care. But I think that to me, and this is just everything's case sensitive. I think to me that taught me to be open and honest.
Yeah.
With and that gets me in a lot of freaking trouble.
Usually gets you in trouble with people who are not that way.
Yeah.
Other open and honest people will appreciate that.
So here's something. Maybe you would figure this out, or maybe you didn't. But I'm not that parent that says, yeah, bring your significant over and sleep over.
Yeah,
I'm like, and I'll tell you why. Because as promiscuous as I was in my 20s, 30s,
40s, into your 50s.
Yeah, now I'm just an old man. But seriously though, I would be like, and I am like, well, where is this going to lead?
Mm-hmm.
Is this setting a precedent for the other kids?
Right.
That's, it's like,
Of
okay,
course.
well, Joey did it,
right.
so I can do it
and
too.
Of course you're going to get that if you have multiple kids.
Right,
yeah, you'll definitely get that. We get that all the time.
Right.
Well, they get away with this and they don't get in trouble for that, or this one does this, or that. We get that all the time.
And then you have kids that you just think that they're adult enough to go ahead and handle that and make those life decisions.
You hope.
When a lot of them are doing it on an impulse.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
that's the scary part.
And I think that's, as a parent, you have to kind of look at that too.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just like, all right.
Yeah, it's this parenting thing, man. It's tough. It really is tough. I mean, I thought when they were little and toddlers and screaming and colicky and all that stuff, that was tough. But it seems like just kids are tough in general, and as they get older, it's the things change.
Yeah,
the tough things change over time, but it's still tough. And now we're going through that transition where they're becoming, they're becoming young adults, and it's scary. Oh my God, is it scary? It makes you wonder, like, holy crap, all these 18 years that I've been trying to teach them things and, set a good example and all that stuff, and then they're getting ready to go out into the real world, and you're kind of sitting back going, okay, now we're going to see what kind of job I did as a parent. If they make a poor choice, it's a reflection on you, or you feel like it is. It's tough. It's tough at this age.
Yeah. I don't think there is a right answer to this question.
Mm-mm.
I don't think there is at all. I think
there's a lot of factors.
Everything is case sensitive, depending on your kid, your relationship with your kid, and so forth. I really do.
Yep.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just playing with stuff over here.
Oh, that's great. This is a perfect time to be doing that.
Well, I kind of have to. I kind of have to multitask right now on a couple things. But yeah. So I think it is. I think it's case sensitive. And every kid is different.
Yep.
My mother,
yeah,
it wasn't happening. Even when I was 19, that's why it freaked me out so much when she came home.
Yeah.
And I had a friend there, and she was like, "Oh crap."
Yep.
And I was such a gentleman. I just said, "Go."
Remember where the front door is? Go out it.
Yeah, the only thing is I'm on the right hand side before you make the turn to go outside. That's where my mom will be.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
Yeah,
there's
we
that.
were all that age once. Kind of scary to think, but
Well,
and of course your kids don't think that. They don't know you as that age, so it's kind of funny. Or they look at you thinking like you don't know anything. You don't know what we're going through. You don't understand.
I know. And I've heard that.
Of course.
I've heard that. And it's like, yes, you are correct. I was born and became 40.
Yes.
I didn't go through what you went through. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And honestly, though, I mean, I think we forget too because it has been a while. You know, you do forget. You kind of have to force yourself to try to force yourself to be in that mindset
Right.
and go back into that time period in your own life, and you know, and be honest with yourself and how you did things back then and decisions you made and you know that sort of thing. And it's humbling. You know, because you realize, yeah, I'm no better than my kids right now. Like you're doing the same stuff, same thoughts, same emotions, same hormones, same everything. Still trying to get away with as much as you can, testing the waters, pushing the limits.
I loved what I started doing for a living when I was a kid, when I was younger, because it was an in with a lot of girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, DJing. Are you kidding me? That you were like, yeah, especially
groupies.
back then.
I mean, I'm a 5 at best, you know, and then, you know, but you still had girls coming over,
Oh yeah.
you know, and I don't even want to tell you what the nightclub girls did.
I'll say because you were the party. Yeah. You were the life of the party as a DJ. Are you kidding me?
And if you were doing a good job, then that attracted.
Of course. Yep.
And yeah. So that set a lot of precedent in my life.
So speaking of being older and sex stuff.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart at age 81. Is on the cover of Sports Illustrated in the swimsuit edition.
She looks kind of hot.
Well, in your 50s, you could say that. Yes.
Okay. All right. So now that brings up a whole different question.
I'm sure my 18-year-old is probably going,
right. So let me ask you a question. Okay. Just as a woman. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I'll tell you as an older guy now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, if you see, you know, like young girls, you go, oh, well, she's pretty. Wow. You know, then you go, all of a sudden it's like, she's younger than my daughter.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no.
Yeah.
Right? Then you see women that are like 50, 55, and it's like, hi. When I was 30, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It definitely changes. Of course.
Is that something?
Of course.
I don't think people realize. It still behooves me. It's like,
yeah.
When did that happen?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I noticed it a lot. Like when I'm out with my daughter, and like guys will like look, and I'm like, ew. Like she's 16, and you got to easily be in your 30s. Like move it along. And it just like grosses me out. It's like that's just nasty.
I took my daughter to go see this a while ago, a long time ago. She was 13 or 14. We went to see Gallagher, the comedian.
Oh yeah.
All right, at Foxwoods.
Yep.
So we went there, and she had a friend with her who was about the same age, but let's just say, well endowed for a young woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And they were both dressed up a little bit because we were at the casino.
Yeah.
So we're walking out, and I'm not kidding you. There is this guy, and he looked like a sex offender.
Ugh.
And he just walks by and
disgusting.
He goes, hey, what's going on?
Oh.
And I looked and I said, do you realize how old they are? You act.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's disgusting.
Whoa, man. I didn't mean that.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
They're 14.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, keep it moving, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but here's the cover.
Oh, I've seen it.
I'm trying to show it.
Oh.
You can see it?
No, you're gonna move it up.
I'm watching your phone, but it looks like it's delayed.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, well, you keep moving it out of the picture. Up, no, up. You're not in the camera.
I'm looking at your phone trying to find, but there's a delay. Can you see it?
Yeah, a little more. Yeah, yep.
That's the cover.
Daryl says the power of Photoshop.
Yeah, seriously. I know there's not a pore on her face. She's 81 years
Yeah.
old. Give me a break. But yeah, I mean, oldest person to be on Sports Illustrated. Which, why?
The penitentiary did her well.
Why? Yeah, yeah. Like, but why? Like, I feel like I'm missing something here. Like, what's why?
Who's
Who's buying it?
not me? Who's buying any magazine?
I don't know. But who, yeah, I mean, that's, I guess, another great question. But who's going to run out and be like, wow, Martha Stewart's on the cover. I need to go get me one of those issues. Like, who's doing that? I mean, do people still like, are there still like pinups? Like, are they still like in the middle of the magazine? Do you still rip them out, like put them up on your wall?
I don't know.
I mean, do they have like nursing homes where like they've got like, they're going to have Martha Stewart like stuck to their walls?
Hey, you know what? We talk about something about nursing homes.
Yes.
When we're in nursing homes, there's gonna be Led Zeppelin in the hallways.
Oh my
okay?
God.
It's not gonna be, Frankie
Yeah,
Sinatra.
yeah.
No, it's gonna be no.
Which would be considered classic rock.
It is now.
Yeah.
It is now. When we were younger, what the oldies were like 50s and 60s. Now the oldies are 80s and 90s.
Mhm.
I did a thing at the senior center last week,
Yeah.
right? Because they had a hoedown.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it wasn't all country music, whatever. So I played a song. Well, one lady comes over and goes, well, we want to hear something, older. We're not from this group. And I'm like, okay. So I played a Beatles song.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty safe. Yeah.
Yeah. The lady came over. We don't like this young people music.
What?
And this is what I said. I said, can I ask you a question? Yes. What year were you born? 1952. So that would make you 71, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Beatles were.
I said, this song came out in 1967. I said, you were 15.
Yeah. That's weird. Huh. Strange.
Taste change.
Yeah, I guess so. Jeez.
Wonder if I bet she didn't allow her son to have his girlfriend.
No, I doubt it. Although
Can't
back
even.
then they were probably married off at 18, 19 years old.
Daryl wants to know, do you think Martha and Snoop had a more than a
Yes.
friends relationship?
I think so.
The D-O
It's just such an odd friendship.
Well, he's got his mind on his money and his money on his mind.
Very
so.
true. Very true. Oh my
Snoop
God. Yeah.
Doggy
I do.
dog.
I think there was something a little extra going on there.
A little extra.
A little extra,
Little
extra.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
Snoop.
extra.
Doggy dog.
That's just that's weird. Maybe he's the one buying the Sports Illustrated magazine.
Maybe he took the picture.
Yeah. Yikes.
Who are his best friends? Martha Stewart and Willie Nelson?
I don't know. I have
To
no
all the girls
idea.
I've loved
I don't know.
before.
Is he still with Dr. Dre and Eminem and all them?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't keep up on any of
I
that.
don't know. I don't either. What side?
Yeah.
You side? I don't know.
California love.
Uh-huh. No. So again, I don't think there is a right answer to that.
No.
There's no right
It's
answer to
whatever
that
works
question.
for you and your family.
Yeah. So
Pretty much it. And no matter what you do, people are going to condemn you for if you allow it, if you don't allow it. It's people are going to have their opinions on it.
they can suck it.
Yep.
That's all I can say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Today we are going to be streaming girls lacrosse.
Ah, cool.
Yeah,
Where are they playing?
at Griswold.
Where do they play?
Um,
What, like up on the soccer field?
And that's going to change all next year because
Yeah.
of the multi-purpose field.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if
Yep.
anybody's wondering, the multi-purpose field, it'll be done tomorrow.
Actually, I drove by it Sunday. Drove down there to check
Is
it
the
out.
turf in?
It wasn't in on Sunday,
Yeah.
but it's ready. It's definitely ready for the
Something,
turf.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely ready for the turf. They had all of the equipment off the field. What will be the field?
Yep.
They had the flagpole moved. The stanchions are up. The touchdown things are up. I mean, it was looking really good. They had all the stone, the crushed stone, and all that stuff like laid down. But yeah, it's coming right along. The turf should be in like any day now. We do have a field committee meeting on Thursday that I have to get the agenda in for today.
Yeah, let's go chop chop.
But yeah, I know. So that's at 5:00 on Thursday that we'll have a committee meeting to get an update. But yeah, it's definitely moving along. It's certainly on track, if not ahead of schedule.
So we'll be streaming the game at 4:00 today.
Awesome.
Check your local listings.
Mm-hmm. Check your local listings.
Yeah.
Are there even local listings to check anymore?
I don't know.
Is that still a thing at all?
I don't know.
Is there still a TV guide?
Apparently there is.
Is there?
Yeah. I don't know where.
What's on it?
Uh,
Like, do you buy it? Because it used to come like remember it used to come in the newspaper?
well, that was the TV Facts.
Oh.
That was TV Facts. TV Guide is the one that you'd buy when you go through the checkout at the grocery store.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
like
that
the
little-
glossy. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. But there was like a
yes.
black and white, like newspapery kind that you would get that was like bigger.
Yeah, that was it. That was I think it was called TV Facts.
Was it? Okay. All right.
Yeah, it came with the Sunday paper. Sometimes didn't it come with? Oh, maybe this is before your time, Kathy. The mini news. Oh,
I don't recall the mini
okay.
news.
So across the street here,
Yep.
not to be confused with a massage parlor, but across was all right. So you know where the Chinese restaurant is right
Yep.
now in the liquor store? That used to be a convenience store, and also was on the left hand side was a printer. They printed something called the Mini News.
Was it like by the bulletin or separate from the bulletin? Just like Griswold's news?
Yeah, it wasn't really news. It was more like an advertising rag that would come out.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like the Shopper's Guide and the Turnpike Buyer.
Gotcha.
which- You know what those are, right?
Are those the ones that come in the mail?
Up in Danielson, Plainfield.
Oh, I don't know.
North. We don't get
there's-
them around here.
Okay, there's like coupon things that come in the mail like every
No,
so
that's
often.
different.
I just chuck those. I don't
No.
even look at them.
No, the Shopper's Guide and they've been around for a while.
Hmm.
Turnpike Buyer and Shopper's Guide mailed to
think
your
I've ever-
house.
I don't think I've ever
but
gotten
no,
that.
not here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Plainfield and North.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But that book would come every Tuesday. And 25 years ago, 30 years ago, that thing was like 130 pages
Oh my god.
every single week.
Of just advertisements?
That's all it is.
And people would
Advertisements,
actually flip through them
classifieds.
and look.
Yes,
Wow.
they still do. You know how much that book now that comes out every week? You know how big it is?
Mm-mm.
It's about 30 pages.
I'm surprised
That's
it's even that
it.
big. I'm surprised it's even that big. Honestly. When was the last time you bought a newspaper, like a Sunday paper? Like hard copy Sunday
Years.
paper.
Years.
I don't even know what it looks like anymore. Like, do they still have the funnies in there with
Maybe
the
a
crossword
decade.
puzzle? Like, is that stuff still in? Like, are there still
They do that
flyers?
online.
I know, but I'm just wondering, like, what are there still flyers in there? Like the store ads and all that stuff in there, or coupons? Like, is that still a thing? I don't know. It's just been a while since I've
I think so.
even looked at one.
But then again, you're paying $4 or $5 for the paper now.
Is it that much
Yeah,
now?
for a Sunday paper.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thanks.
Let me see. I don't
Definitely won't be doing that.
Oh, let's see how much.
Is there any news in the newspaper? I mean, by the time it's printed and it gets out, it's really not news anymore,
The newspaper. No, it's old.
right? I mean, it's not
It's
like
old.
news. That's I don't understand like even what the point of it is. Speaking of news, did you hear in the Target Lowe's parking lot?
Yeah.
There was
was
a car
car
fire
fire.
and an untimely death that's being investigated.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday,
Mm.
and
Haven't heard anything more about it.
no, hasn't been anything except that it was clear. The scene had been cleared.
Oh, okay.
There isn't
And-
anything else that had been listed.
And as far as I've heard, I have not heard that they caught the person that killed the 19-year-old in Norwich.
They didn't catch
There's a
him.
warrant
There's
out.
a warrant
Yeah.
out for him, but they haven't caught him yet.
Not that I found.
He's
no.
hiding. What would you be doing?
Yeah, especially with that car like that. That's so recognizable.
Yeah, and it's really a shame because now it's not just one, but it's 2 lives that are
Mhm.
destroyed,
And families and
and families, and yeah.
I found that I had actually coached him.
You had said that
Yeah.
in basketball.
Yep,
Yeah.
I have a picture of him standing right next to Nick at our banquet.
Jeez.
It's really sad.
All right, so today is May 16th, 2023.
Mhm.
6 days from now, my daughter will be 32.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Yep. Here's some other holidays that you should be celebrating that you didn't know that existed in the first place. You ready, Kathy? Here we go.
Oh, can only
All right.
imagine.
Today is Biographer's Day.
Okay.
It's Dinosaur Day. It's International Day of Light.
Day of Light?
Day of Light.
Like a religious thing or like the sun
I don't.
or
think
like
so.
electricity?
The International Day of Light is a global initiative that provides an annual focal point for the continued appreciation of light and the role that it plays in science,
Okay.
culture, art, education, and sustainable development. So
Is that it?
that's it. I mean,
That's today? Those are it?
There's actually a lot of information here about International Light Day.
That's kind of boring. Don't you think?
That kind of sucks.
International Light Day? I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
How about the Love a Tree Day? That's today.
That should be every
Should be
day.
every day. National Check Your Wipers Day.
Check your wipers.
Yeah,
Like
in
to
your
make sure they're
car.
still good.
National Horse Rescue Day.
Oh.
And let's see here. Sex Differences and Health Awareness Day.
Sex differences.
I guess, yeah. That's all it says. Today is National Wear Purple for Peace Day. No,
Failed.
I'm not celebrating. National Piercing Day.
Okay.
So if you'd like to have something pierced, boy, there's some weird body parts that get pierced. huh?
Everything gets pierced nowadays.
Do you have any piercings other than your ears? Any tattoos?
Yeah, I have tattoos.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm. I have 6.
You got like a tramp stamp and stuff?
I do have a tramp stamp.
Ah! That's awesome.
Yeah. They were cool when I was at that age. Yeah, I do. I have one on the back of my neck, my ankle, tramp stamp down my side.
I got to know what the tramp stamp says.
On my it doesn't say anything. It's just like a design. I don't know.
Tramp stamp.
And I have one on my butt.
Oh, do you really?
That was the first one I ever got when
Yeah.
I was 16.
On your butt.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
wanted to put it somewhere where
I
no
don't-
one would see it, and I was afraid that like if it came out bad, that I didn't want anyone to be able to see it.
I will not be asking you what that says or
It
what
doesn't-
it is
yeah,
or
no,
anything.
they're
Don't
not,
need to
they're
know.
all very small, just little. I've been wanting another one for a while, but I just don't know what or where to put it because I tried to keep them all hidden just so for work and stuff. Like I can
The only
cover
ones
them up.
I have ones on my arms and everything.
Mhm.
They're not hidden, but I have a couple that are hidden,
Mm-hmm,
there's one on my back
mm-hmm.
and stuff. So
Yeah, Rich is covered. Like
yeah, he's got a bunch.
his back,
He's got
his
a bunch.
chest, his arms. He's
Melissa has one on her lower leg.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep. The kids want to get one. I told them I would get one with them.
Nice.
Yeah, I
nice.
want to do that.
Apparently, they're not doing anybody under the age of 18 right now. I don't know. what-
You can sign for them.
I've talked to a few. They won't even do that.
Really?
Yeah, you let me know. You let me know if you find one.
Okay.
So usually I go to my my brother-in-law D, who is
Why aren't they doing them under 18 even with a parent signature?
no. You don't need a parent signature if you're 18.
No, I said under 18.
They're
They're
not. I don't know if it's health concerns or
Hmm,
I
weird.
don't know. So I always go to D down at Wild Child in Norwich. She's phenomenal.
We had a guy that was
So,
coming to
anybody
the house.
serious goes to see D because it's crazy good.
We had a guy that Rich knew that was coming to the house, and doing riches, and then he moved to Florida. So
Oh,
we got to find somebody else anyway.
he's not coming to the house anymore. It's National Sea Monkey Day.
Sea monkeys. I got those for the kids when they were younger.
And they really did wave and smile.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
How
In
about
my world, they did.
well, National Mimosa Day?
You know, you just totally stole my steam for the last one.
That's the best one. I didn't know you were waiting for that.
Look, come here, look at my screen.
I believe you.
And the last one is National Mimosa Day. I kept scrolling up and down because I was going to go to that one last. So when does Kathy come out just out of the blue? About National Mimosa Day.
Drawing Day.
I got nothing. I don't
For the
care.
artistes that are out there. Ooh. There you go. You want to save that one for last?
Barbecue Day?
That's what it
Is that
says.
today?
That's what it says.
I don't see anything about barbecue.
Well, I have a better
Day.
list than you do.
A fake one.
How about National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day? Can mow their yard.
no.
Bring out their trash.
No.
National Love a Tree Day.
I said that.
Oh, you did?
You said that should be every day.
Oh, was it that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Short
Oh, yeah,
attention
there's the
span
Sea Monkey
theater.
Day. How about National Stop Nausea Day?
Oh, I need that today. I need that.
Nickel Day.
Tomorrow's back day. It's a nickel back.
Ride
Right.
a Unicycle Day.
I've never done that.
Supply Chain Professionals Day. So all those people out there in the supply chain,
Where are you
happy
getting this crap?
Supply Chain Professionals
I
Day.
don't see any of those.
I went to nationaltoday.com.
Mm.
Waiters Day.
Yeah, see, I think you're
Janet Jackson's birthday. Megan Fox's birthday. Tori Spelling's birthday.
I will say that Janet Jackson was there was a huge teen crush for me.
Oh, God, yeah. For everybody.
Yeah.
Boys and girls. She was hot back in the day.
Mhm.
Yeah. She, I remember when they used to play videos on MTV, watching all of her videos.
Janet.
Yeah. Yep. With J-Lo as a backup dancer in some
I
of
was
them.
never into J-Lo.
Well, she was a dancer in some of Janet Jackson's
Yeah.
videos. You can see her in the background.
Here's one that a lot of people maybe not remember, but guys will when I say it. Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles.
I don't know.
Mama.
I don't
Oh,
know who
yeah.
that
No.
is.
Yeah.
No idea.
Watch the
idea.
video for Walk Like an Egyptian.
Oh, I remember that video.
Yeah. And then you'll understand.
Blonde hair.
Oh, no.
That's not her.
No.
All right. What's her name? I gotta look her up.
Susanna Hoffs. She's still very pretty, actually.
Yeah, it comes right up. Oh
She's
yeah.
in her 50s now.
Yep. I see her. Okay, yeah, I see the pictures from back in the day. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she's pretty. Oh yeah, with the teased up hair and the
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, there we
Oh.
go. That one right here on the right.
Yes. Yes. Just the way the eye.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. I got to go now. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
She was beautiful. I wasn't into like the whole Kelly LeBrock thing or Farrah Fawcett, the top,
Yeah.
just
Like the stereotypical ones.
yes.
Yeah, she definitely has those eyes. Like, yeah.
I was into like Lisa Loeb.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
glasses, the librarian kind of like
Yeah.
look.
I could see that.
Who else? Who was it? Tina Fey.
Yeah. I could see
All
that.
right.
Hey, everybody's got their,
I'm just saying,
their
we all got our
thing.
thing.
Everyone's got their thing. It's okay.
What was your thing? Chicks.
Yeah, no. Definitely not chicks. I don't know. I was a jock kind of person. I liked
Yeah.
the sports like for a while. I don't know. I guess that would probably be it. I guess jocks back in the day.
And I don't care who you are. I don't care how masculine you are. Men, you have a man crush. You know it. Don't even say you don't.
I
You'll
don't
never
know.
talk about it. You'll never speak of it.
I'm pretty sure if I asked Rich who his man crush is, he'd no. I don't think Rich would have a man crush on anybody.
They won't admit it. ever.
I don't think he would have one.
Because they're two masculine, manly men. But I'm telling you, there's one. There's one somewhere. I'm telling you.
Well, now I'm going to have to ask him who it is.
Yeah.
His man crush.
I'm not, myself, I am not gay,
Yeah.
you know, and,
But
there's that
who's your man crush?
Michael Bublé.
Serious?
Yeah, I don't know why. So I think he'd be a good looking woman. I don't know.
What the heck?
No, I'm serious. I'm not afraid to admit it. I mean, it's not like I'm swinging. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, but I would not have guessed that one.
Who would you have thought?
I don't know. I have no idea. But
Tommy Lasorda?
No. Yeah. I mean, he's a good looking dude. I'm looking at pictures.
It's not even that. It's just the music and
the
stuff
whole
like that.
just him,
Yeah.
his personality,
And
his
it's not
vibe.
that I want to sleep with him.
No, you just got a little man crush.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
just
it. I get it. I get it. I'm gonna have to ask Rich who his man crush is. He's not commenting, is it? 'Cause he's probably like, "What are you, nuts?" Or he's working.
He said the health department regulations don't allow it. Oh, that's a different subject. But
Oh,
he
I'm
did say that.
Health department regulations don't allow it.
I don't know what he's talking about. Rich, you got a man crush and you know it's somewhere down the line. And it's not one of those things. It's almost kind of like
just somebody you admire.
Or somebody you wouldn't mind being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like
you want to be with him.
Yeah, no. It's not like that at all.
Right.
It's not like, like my crush on or my kid crush on like Janet Jackson or Susanna Hoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
What?
Our Thursday guest is texting me comments.
Oh my God. Yes.
We're talking about, he's a scientist.
Okay.
Right? So we were talking about International Day of Light, and he says, the photon is your friend.
Oh my God.
All right. This is the kind of dude we're going to be talking to on Thursday.
That's cool. What kind of scientist?
A rocket scientist.
Oh, that's right. You were saying that. Yeah.
This guy's flipping brilliant. But
that's cool.
As brilliant as he is, he's silly.
Yeah.
He's like.
And you usually don't get that combination with.
Oh, he's just a great guy.
People who are very intelligent. They usually lack like the social kind of, the funny gene.
No, he's
so it's
cool.
Nice to have that kind of combination. You don't get that very often.
Yeah. No, he's just a great guy. You'll see that on Thursday. He's
cool.
Just and he comes from a family that I'm very lucky that I got two really good friends on it.
Yep, I remember you saying that.
Him and his sister. So.
Yep.
That's just really lucky right there.
I have to look at my schedule for Thursday.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I'm good for Thursday.
The EDC meeting for tomorrow canceled.
Oh, I was going to go to that. We kind of need
the regular meeting of the Griswold Economic Development Commission scheduled for Wednesday, May 17th, 2023 has been canceled due to lack of new agenda items.
That's the problem. I was just going to say, we definitely need to have that meeting we need some economic development. Maybe have the meeting to brainstorm. I mean, like that's the problem is that there is nothing to talk about.
Because their brainstorms right now are nothing but partly cloudy. So we have to go ahead and do something like that. You're right. There needs to be. There's one thing that was happening, and this is something that, first term Kevin Skulchek did, which I thought was it was great. It was a round table.
Yeah.
It was an economic round table where business people came in, from the area and sat literally at a round table and just BS'd about things. And all of a sudden spitballed ideas would come out. And all of a sudden, where do you think the whole thing with the sunflowers came out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you have a bunch of people coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really disappointing. I was looking forward actually to going to that meeting tomorrow. I had it on my calendar. So I wanted to hear what some of the ideas were. I mean, right now we're looking at, if you're following any of the Board of Finance meetings, and rate increases with electricity and sewer, the state of the sewer plant right now and all of that, we need economic development or we are going downhill quick.
Yeah.
We need to bring stuff into this like now. We can't keep holding it
We're
off.
kicking the can.
And
kicking the can.
and I mean we're gonna put ourselves in a very difficult position to get out of if we don't get some economic development going in this area.
And we need whether it's just a group of people getting together and saying, hey, let's do this.
Well, that's kind of what economic development is. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's really
Right, but we're
disappointing.
relying on a committee.
Yeah, that's
do
really
this.
that's really disappointing. I was really hoping. I mean, they should at least get together and brainstorm something or plan to get some
Right.
businesses together. Something. I mean, something's got to be done. You can't just cancel it because there's
Why do
nothing to
they
talk
have to-
about.
you know
That's
what?
the
Let
problem.
me tell you something. When I worked in retail, especially when I worked in Verizon, one of the things they would tell you is that 50% of your business is going to walk in that door. And the other 50% you got to go ahead and get.
Mhm.
Are we going to businesses that
I
there's
don't
got to
know.
be somewhere where you can look at the bit. They know where their expanding businesses
Mhm.
are listed somewhere.
Yep.
Why not go get them instead of waiting for them to come to us?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think about too off of our exits off of 395.
Yeah.
There's land off of those exits. What's being done to push those, to market those, to
Right.
try to develop those? Is anything being done? Are there obstacles? Are there challenges? What are being done to mitigate those? What is happening? That's what needs to be discussed at these meetings. I am really disappointed with that. Yeah, right. But I'm really disappointed with that cancellation. That there's so much that really can be discussed and should be discussed. It's too bad because now we're now basically another month behind development by canceling that, and we have to have development. We're at a point where it's not an option anymore. We can't be doing
is
the
not.
not in my backyard anymore. It has to come here, or taxes are going to go through the roof in the next couple of years if we don't get economic development in here.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Ugh, frustrating.
Have a good day. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
You've heard correct. Uncle Cranky's restaurant is under new ownership.